other words, the church is going to be involved in some manner with the political systems of the world. Now, this would mean then that there are two kingdoms, because there's first of all the church represented by the harlot and the civil rulers represented by the kings. Now, I want us to notice in Matthew chapter 22 and verses 15 through 21 that Jesus recognized two kingdoms. Matthew chapter 22, verse 15 to 21. It says there, "Then the Pharisees went and plotted how they might entangle him in his talk. And they sent to him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, 'Teacher, we know that you are true, and teach the way of God in truth. Nor do you care about anyone, for you do not regard the person of men.'" In other words, you don't make a difference between one human being and another. Now, they're really faking, admiring Jesus, as we're going to notice. Verse 17. "Tell us, therefore, what do you think? Is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not?" That was a difficult question. Because if Jesus answered yes, he was in trouble, and if he answered no, he was in trouble as well. You see, if he answered yes, the Jews would be against him because the Jews did not like paying taxes to the Romans. But if he answered no, then he would be guilty of sedition against the Roman government because Rome demanded that people pay taxes. And so, no matter how he answered, if he answered yes or no, he was going to get into trouble. Verse 18. "But Jesus perceived their wickedness and said, 'Why do you test me, you hypocrites? Show me the tax money.' So they brought him a denarius, which was the main coin at that time. And he said to them, 'Whose image and inscription is this?'" In other words, whose picture is on the coin and whose name is on this coin? Verse 21. "They said to him, 'Caesar's.' And he said to them, 'Render therefore to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's.'" How many kingdoms did Jesus recognize? He recognized two kingdoms. The first kingdom is the kingdom of Caesar, and the second is the kingdom of God. Two kingdoms. As we began our study this evening, we also noticed two kingdoms. There's the harlot, which represents an apostate church, and there's also the kings of the earth. But I'm going to show you that really the reason why this church became a harlot is because instead of remaining married to Jesus Christ, she entered illicit relationships with the kings of the earth. So Jesus recognized the existence of two kingdoms, but now we need to ask the question, what do we owe to the kingdom of Caesar, which, by the way, is the civil government, and what do we owe to God? There's something that we owe to Caesar or to the political power, and there's something that we owe to God or to the church. The question is, what do we owe to each?